cable I have coming across here already and going into here, where it is currently full, because it doesn't actually use that much of it. We could have a... We need to have a splitter somewhere along this line. Well, because it's backed up... Oh no, it's actually not backed up. It makes 45 per minute. And we have some there. It makes 45 per minute. It's only 22.5 going each way. Yeah, we're barely going to have any excess. We'd also have some alternate recipes, I think, don't we, that use an assembler? Quickwire cable or insulated cable, yeah. It's a use for rubber, which we otherwise don't have a use for. I'm curious. So that uses 90 to make 45. This uses... Well, it will be 90 if I overclocked it, but otherwise it's only 45 to make 100. Damn. That can make 200 per minute if we feed it some rubber. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, the only thing would be, do we keep something for if that runs out? Maybe. So, how do we do this? We need to be able to feed it rubber. Currently, we only have... We can make another drone port. Currently, we only have plastic coming from the other end, but we could have rubber coming here instead, potentially. We could have both and put a smart splitter. Now that we're actually making, like, AI things, we could have a smart splitter and have another tower next to this one that's for rubber. They're actually empty for a change. And then over the other side, have rubber just kind of merging in. So I haven't actually experimented with smart splitters at all at the moment. Just do that, and then that. And then here, we want to have a smart splitter. We even have some AI limiters on us. Do that, and then configure. Oh, I need to know which is which. Okay, so center output is plastic. Left output is rubber. Okay, that can fill up 2 stacks there. So we're going to have to go over to our other base. Which we're going to have to anyway, because rubber's probably becoming a problem. Anyway, currently it backs up because I've got nowhere to put it and nothing to use it for. Well, that's about to change. We're about to actually use it, which is exciting. So that uses 90 to make 45, but we don't use the full 45. That produces 60, 60, 60, reducing 180. And using 90 there... I know I did this last episode too. 90 there, 50 there, so that's 140. And 40 there, 180. Right, so we're using exactly what we produce. So that's also a problem. But if we don't overclock this... Oh, that uses 60 by default, otherwise. It's 60 to go to 30 otherwise. Huh, okay. These are all, like, full as well, aren't they? Everything's just at capacity. So you have a huge backlog of everything. It's absurd. So it doesn't actually matter if we overuse something for a little while. When we have another output from this as well, we're at least smart enough to make that into a double. So we could then have a separate smelter, like, over here. Oh, this is just left over from when we were putting things into the awesome sink, isn't it? Yeah, okay, we can safely ignore this bit here. And actually that iron ore is going up to steel production that we're going to get rid of. We need to do a lot of cleaning up, basically. Is this going to be a cleanup episode? Maybe. Well, currently we have smelter there. We could replace any one of these with a double stacked container for... What are you? Oh, you're all my concrete. Oh, but I only wanted it to come down here so that it would back up. That's right, because it uses 30 per minute, but we produce 30 per minute. Yeah. So now that that's backed up, we can actually have this going back into here. Well, then it's going to run out again, isn't it? Wait, you're actually running out of steel pipe? That's amazing. I guess we are using it in 3 different places now. Oh, we didn't actually hook this up. Oops, let's do that. This has been running out of Quickwire. My bad. Sorry. So we haven't been producing circuit boards or AI limiters for a little while. Oops. Right, so yeah, you just needed a ton of cable. Which we can feed into you manually for now anyway. I should stop messing around and just feed stuff into you manually first, and then worry about how we're going to automate it more cleanly. If we just put a splitter down here, in line like so, it's good enough. It's like sunk into the ground weirdly. So you're only using 20, so 1 is fine. And then we can do this up to there where we used to go, just going slightly different. You're going to be kind of sunk into the ground, but then you can come up to what height? Yeah, about that high. And then you can just come in there. There we go. Cool. Now we have cable going in. I would prefer it if it did it after this point instead of before that point, to be honest. But I don't see a... I guess I can move the container around, actually. Because if we have a splitter here... It's a case of it can't be too tight. Okay, that's fine. Which means that our container can now be... it's too close to the constructor. That's awkward. Just squeezes in there. Have it coming down that way. Still... Oh, it's clipping awkwardly into that smelter now. It was actually nicer when it was sideways. Gross. This is so ugly. We do actually want to just, yeah, discontinue this entire cable run anyway, I think. And then here we now have this going up here and facing it this way instead. Something around there, and then do like that. Let's feed you some cable anyway. Get you going. Oh, you're not even powered. Oops. Moot point, I guess. Let's do power line to there, because that's kind of nice. And then you're currently being fed over there, but you can just come up from, like, here. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. And now we have a high-speed connectors being produced. While it fills up with Quickwire anyway. So that way this will split off. So whatever comes in, if it's 60 coming out, 30 guaranteed will go this way. Which is more than what it needs. So this should still back up. I think we're kind of under capacity for everything so far. Then this has circuit boards going into it, which was wrong, right? Yeah, because this needed the high-speed connector. Which is going to be fed from here, once this produces anything. That'll come out, go down there, oh, and there it is. Alright. So circuit boards was wrong. We've got AI limiter, so this needed to be plastic, right? Yeah, that needed to be plastic. I don't know why I had circuit boards on the brain. I think that was, yeah, that was meant to be into that one instead. I don't suppose we have the ability to put... we do, good. Right, so plastic. We have a splitter here. Oh, and then it was... I don't know what it was doing before. What the hell was I doing? It needs to come into there. These foundations are in a very annoying place. I can just get rid of them, really, and just have this being a floating platform. Is that just fine? That might just be fine, because they're just such in the way. You know what? Awesome shot. Do I have any coupons? I must. I must have some coupons. If I don't have any on me, I should have some available to print out, because I was sinking all of my... I have 69 coupons to print. Okay. I think we're good on our coupons. I can buy most things in the shop. Except for, like, the special 1,000 token thing. I should work towards that. Architecture. Frame pillar set. I like the look of the frame pillars more than the concrete pillars. Add to cart. What else have we got? I can buy pretty much everything that I want. Let's get some modern railings as well. I want to be able to add to cart from here. Oh, I can. Perfect. I just need to use my eyes. Structural frame, sure. Structural beams, sure. Roof corners, why not? That'll do. I don't care about barriers so much. We've already got a coffee cup. Oh, we can buy radiation filters. That could be handy. I don't like the idea of buying parts, though. I feel that's a bait. Tilted walls. How is that different from a roof? I don't really know. We have gates and windows and stuff. I've already got those, looks like. Steel-framed windows. Sure, why not? Foundations. We can get our stairs. Double ramp set. Looks nicer than a, like, square ramp, that's for sure. Inverted ramp set. Yeah. Could be nice. Sir, it's February. It's time to take the tree down. Yeah, I mean, I was having a wife on about taking the tree down. But it's a bit different because I can't reconstruct this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to next year. So, who knows. I imagine they'll probably just do the same... Let's get some lights. They'll probably do the same thing next year, but just don't know. So I'm not going to chance it yet. Interesting. Power poles Mark III is needed before you can even get that. So how much is in there? 55. Okay, so we're almost out. I don't really care about walls and stuff, but... maybe. We'll get wall outlets. Why not? That'll do. Buy all. Still have 11 coupons left.
If you sense your productivity slipping when it gets dark, don't worry, this is perfectly natural. Fortunately, fix-it lights allow you to never experience wasteful darkness ever again.
Small frame pillar. Oh, it means it's half height. Okay, big frame pillar. Maybe? Oh no. 2 meters by 4 meters. Well, I want to snap it onto... What's this? No. Stupid thing. Why would I ever want it to do that? Oh, I need to take a break. First, let's try and put some pillars down. I should have put it on vertical. Let's put it actually there. Zoop. Oh, we can actually make a pillar base, right? Small pillar support. Yeah, there we go. Hey, that actually looks somewhat decent. What do you know? Small frame pillar. This isn't going to reach the ground, I don't think. Oh, maybe just. There we go. And it just makes it so it doesn't look as obscene. And then I can get rid of these and not have it look completely stupid. So, not that I particularly care, but, you know, 3's probably fine, actually. Let's run our plastic first. And I mean, we can just do that, right? What does that do? Yeah, it just goes straight across. That's perfect. And then it's like, small frame pillar. We can put that one, like, there instead. There we go. A concession to physics. Okay, and this means that this can then start producing supercomputers, right? We should now get plastic flowing. Oh, once we actually connect it. We should just feed some in manually to get it going. And down here. Get started. Now we're only making 0.5 per minute. And that's to keep underneath the production levels of computers, AR limiters, and high-speed connectors. So it's going to take a very long time to make anything. We probably want to Somas loop that. Alright, well let's just watch our production for a while. Wait, why do we have plastic coming in 2 directions? Oh, we put this in the wrong place, did we? Oops. There's a high-speed connector on the line as well. Ah, it'll get there eventually. Maybe. It's probably going to back up. Somehow I dumped things into the wrong container. Zoink. Because otherwise it's going to... There's too much on the line, I think, for it to otherwise work. That should be fine. It's not going to run out of high-speed connectors soon anyway, so that's all good. Alright, let's just watch that work for now, and we'll take a short break. Also, this game has a Minecraft middle-click sample button on it. I don't know what that is. I've barely played Minecraft. Gave Minecraft a go a few times. Middle click. Nope. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you mean by that. We have 3 supercomputers. Woohoo! What's our power like now? Yeah, our maximum consumption is now squarely over our production and indeed capacity, but we have so many things that tend to lie dormant that it doesn't matter at the moment. But as soon as we fully utilize things... Oh, that's actually partly because you've ground to a halt, looks like. Okay, you need more modular frames. Sure. We should actually feed you in directly, probably. It'll be awkward, but we can. Because how many do you use? 18.75? How many do you produce? 4. Okay, no, we don't want to feed you indirectly, because then we'll have nothing left. Right. I guess the idea is modular frames are just such a real basic thing. You can just have an iron thing set up that is always producing those. We even have more iron coming around the back, because we were feeding that into steel. And we're actually going to stop that being steel soon. So, yeah, because we have all of this down here. We have a steel container. And then we had pipes and stuff being produced over here, but we just can't be bothered right now. We've got pipes coming in even over here, coming from the other area. We use 15 per minute there. And... where is it? Here? 24 per minute there. Yeah, see, that's a problem. And then we have... okay, so I think we need to not split this off the same place. We need to have 2 splitters. So that way it goes 30-30. And then have another splitter here to be 15-15. So that way this will have more of a steady flow. But also we're not having all that much come in, and I thought we should have more than that coming in. We also almost need to have like another merger or something coming back in, so we create a, like, coming out of the container back into here. We almost need to have another merger so the excess can be fed back in to the input. So we just have a loop that just allows it to, yeah, to feed back in. And also, let's actually let's have this rerouted. Oops. No, not dismantle mode blueprint. I don't have blueprints. I don't care about them at the moment. There we go. That looks a bit better than clipping into the beams. Because we have it so it goes half and half. We're always getting a bit of residual, but we can feed the residual back in over here if we really wanted to. Nah, we don't really care. But we had the idea of maybe we want to have an assembler down here instead, producing cable faster. But we could still have a dedicated constructor elsewhere from additional stuff. So if we do like that, we're gonna have to reorientate a lot of things, unfortunately. But we can do that. I mean, those containers aren't even full, so it doesn't really matter. Because we want to have room off the back for a lifter coming over from rubber. Because, yeah, you will do insulated cable there. Because it was doing 90 per minute, right? There we go. Now it's 60 per minute in terms of rubber. Which I don't think we can actually keep up with. Let's just get rid of all of these for now. Storage container coming in. Industrial on top. Coming out. Well, that'll be 200 per minute if we can sustain that. I don't think we can sustain that, but if we could, that would be great. And then that can go that way. Through the power thing, that's annoying. Let's redo this. Go going that side instead. That'll be the top one. There we go. That's cool. And then, what were you connected to? That, presumably. Alright. So we'll do that, but it's not actually going to produce anything yet unless I manually feed rubber into it, which I can. Meanwhile, cable, you're all going over here to feed this. I think that was the third batch, so now we need batch 4. 1, 2, and a half. We can also put a stack of those in there. And then we go there. So it's batch 4, I believe. 4 out of 5. Okay. And now we need to be able to have rubber coming in here at a rate of 60? Yeah, 60. So 60 will be the maximum that it comes in. So it can come across here and go across and kind of follow where the cable is going to an extent, but then it'll be coming across from there. So we want to do that over to here. That can't reach the whole way, so we go as far as this, but then raise it up so we can go over the top. Okay, and then this becomes where we put all of our rubber. We put a lifter on that, and we probably didn't have to, eh? Well, it makes it cleaner because it goes over the copper sheeting, I guess. Because otherwise, I mean, this we were going to reroute as well, actually, come to think of it, because this is ugly. Just hanging in the middle, in mid-air. That can just come over here instead. What are you coming from? Over there. There. That's a bit better. And then, yeah, we can then just get rid of this and just have it going straight out. And just going straight over there. There we go. So, rubber can come in here. Alright. Now, plastic. We still have it backing up. But less so. It gets down into this one. The top one's still empty, at least. Because we're using a little bit more of it now than we used to. It's a start. Can I get on top of you now? I'm going to die. Oh, I can pet. Hello. Wait, you can pet it? Pet the flying manta. Yeah, wait, you can pet that? Alright, well, we didn't get on top of it, but we managed to get up close enough to give it a pet. That's okay. Love it. That's fun. I appreciate that. Okay, so what are you doing? Yeah, 30 is the maximum you can do, and that's using 90 per minute coming out of here, which is... Oh, it's doing 120 per minute. Why don't we just make 2 constructors and do 60 and 60? What am I doing? What? I'm being silly is what I'm doing. Okay, because we could reroute this a lot now. Let's do that and that. This is just a little episode of micro-optimization so far. Let's put a splitter here. What's the bidding? I hadn't even upgraded. Okay, no, I had upgraded the conveyor belt at least. Wouldn't have surprised me if I hadn't. And then we'll have 2 constructors. We'll have 1 there. And then 1 there. Conveyor belt 1 and 1. You make concrete 45 per minute. Crank it to just 20? Yeah, 60 per minute. 20. Fine. You concrete 20 per minute. 60 60 to do 20 20. There we go. Fire you up. There we go. And then we have a merger. Just there is fine. There and there. That one's a little bit awkward, but whatever. So then it'll be 40 coming up here. Splitting off, so it'll be 20 to 20. 20 is literally what this uses. That's perfect. You, I can feed in more rubber. But I can't sustain it. Which means our cable then grinds to a halt, which is a problem. So we currently have splitters here. So I wonder if we want to change this a bit. Because these, yeah, we don't want this being 3-way off here, I don't think. We have everything coming... Wait, what's the... Oh, the bottom one's our copper sheets, that's right. And the top one is wire. That's awkward. That's very awkward. We really want copper sheets to be stored somewhere else, but currently it is what it is. Yeah, we should really just have a splitter and a container down here. Whatever, that's just legacy, essentially. So then it comes out and then gets split. Which is fine. But I think it should be split... I mean, it's maximum of 60-60, to be fair. But I think what we actually want is we want to deconstruct this, and this, and this. And this, potentially. And... oh, not the power line. This. And then we have another splitter. So then we can have plenty coming out here as well. So over 120 can come out there. That's already a Mark III, good. And then we can have 60 going off there. We can have Actually, maybe we want another splitter separately off here instead. This is getting really ugly, but we've got this, like, a bit of a clear spot here. So we can actually do like that, and then we have this being Mark 2, and then this being Mark 1 there, and then that going up. Yeah, there's just one layer to then just go across there. Because that goes across here. It's 50 per minute here. It's 40 per minute there. So that's 90. So that's also 90. So it makes it 180, which is what we're producing. But if this fails, then it'll just back up and the rest is coming this way. And that's where we can have a constructor again. Doing... the fact it doesn't remember how I had it is annoying. Okay, it's clipping that container. And that container is just steel. Steel beams, specifically. Let's get rid of those. And just, we'll stack them up here for now. That's just legacy. I bet we'll come across the case where I need it again now, but for now, we'll just do this. And then have that going in up to Mark 2 to produce wire. No, not wire. Produce cable. And we'll just have that at the normal rate. You know, 60 per minute, makes 30 per minute. That's fine. We won't overclock that one. We'll just power you directly from that. That's fine. And then we can have this have a merger in line here. It'll just barely fit to have a merger in line. And we do that. And hey, if at any point that we need to feed cable back into this, we can do that.